Welcome to Graded Picture Playground, a channel where tips and tricks of video editing and filmmaking videos are uploaded weekly. I am Valentine Ose. If this is your first time on this channel, please click on subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when new video is uploaded. Today I will show you how to use the Razor tool and Ripple Edit tool in Adobe Premiere Pro CC. Well, I already have my clips on my timeline, 3 clips per se, and each has a close-up and a medium shot. If I want to use my Razor tool, let's take for instance on this very clip, I want to take the close-up of this lady. I scroll through to her. Then you can also go through your frame using the arrow keys to get the exact spots where you want to cut your shot from. So now, if I want to take her close-up, you see as I'm sliding, everything here, frame by frame, is still on her close-up. So I slide forward. Then let's take, for instance, I'm taking here. Then I just pick the Razor tool and align it with the timeline slider and cut. So the other side that is highlighted is not needed. I will click on my V for the selection tool and delete this part that I don't need. Then I will slide through gently before the other lady's close-up pops up. I'll just slide and cut from here using the keyboard shortcut C to select the Razor tool. I'll cut it from here. Then I can now delete this part which I don't need. And delete this part. That's it. Then I click down, go to the next clip. Then let's say I need the close-up of this young man. Then I click on my C on the keyboard to select the Razor tool, and I will cut it from there, go forth before it pops up on the other ladies and close-up. I still select it and I cut. Then I'll use my selection tool by clicking on V to select the clip, and I will delete. So also this other part. And you see I have 2 close-up shots of different individuals. This for the first lady and this for the guy. So that is how you use the Razor tool. Say I want the medium shot of this very clip. I look for where the medium shot is, perhaps here. For you to be precise on it is to use your arrow keys, not arrow, the keys that has the plus or the up and down arrow key, that and left and right arrow key. That is what I mean, not the letter arrow. Talking about arrow keys on your keyboard, which is the left and right arrow key. You can use it to select to the spots on each frame so that you don't jump cut any frame. Now let's take, for instance, we are using this as the medium shot. I pick my selection tool as my Razor tool as C, click it on my keyboard, then just go forward a bit till it pops up to this. I can now use my left arrow key to come back to that spot. Then I select. I use my V for the selection tool to enable me delete this part. So I close up by ripple deleting. And if you want to ripple delete, if you have spacing between your clip, it's just to right click on the empty space and it will show you this ripple delete, and you select, it closes up that space. So this is the first part on using the Razor tool to cut out each section that you don't need in a clip to bring out the sessions that you need, just as you see it here. You see, if we play through, you'll see how it appears. It goes to the next one. It goes. So that is the whole essence of video editing. You will not be able to detect if you look at this clip, for instance, this first clip, you see that the background is blurred, and you come to this other one is here. It will be difficult for you to tell somebody that this guy and this lady are not in the same scene at all, that they are different scene. So that is the essence of editing. You tend to remove things that you feel are not important to bring out that spot, that part that you feel will give the visual interpretation of it. So now, these are the ways to use the razor tool. Then the other tool, which is very conversant to use, is the Repo Edit tool. The difference between the Repo Edit tool is, you saw while I was cutting and deleting those clips, there were spaces in between. But the Repo Delete will not give you that space. So all I just need to, as I'm doing now, you just wait for seconds. Let me bring in the clips into the timeline. All the clips that we used on that first part, let me bring them into the timeline so that you'll be able to understand what the Repo Delete tool does. This is it. I'm unlinking the audio. There will be a video on how you unlink your audio from your clip if you don't want it, and unlinking of audio from clip is necessary when maybe there are some haze, noise that is there, or it's just like a montage related shot, is set an audioless kind of shot. You don't want ambience, but you just want the video to be there to extract the audio. I will have a video on how you unlink and why you sometimes unlink videos. All these techniques that I'm using is practical to all video compositing software professionally. So now let me use the Repo Edit tool. Let's now assume this is where the lady close-up starts from, and this is the clip where the lady's close-up is. All I need to do is to start pushing down. You see, it instantly split it into monitor for you to know where your slider or the video that you are moving, where it has gotten to. So you see, I'm moving it up to this spot where she is now where she is the only person there. You see it now. You see it. So this is what the Repo Delete tool does. So if you want to expand your timeline to know the exact spot close-up gets, is to use the plus key for expanding of your timeline. That is the zoom key. You see it instantly closes it. This is it. This is the same way. I'm using the Repo Edit tool, which is the keyboard shortcut B. You see? So instead of it having space in between, is just going through. So now let's assume like the next clip, which is taking this guy's shot, is what we need, is to come to the edge of it. When you highlight it, you see this yellow icon in arrow form. You see I'm pushing it down to where his close-up is. And what did you see? It instantly closes and it goes to this spot. So now let's say we want to take it, we want to close it up to this point where he is to do the same thing, drag the edge to that spot where his close-up elapses. So this is it. You see? You zoom out. Always use your zoom key so that you have a precise outlook. So before it goes to these ladies, the second person's close-up, this is it. So we have this. It moves from here, it goes here. This is it. Then now the same shots that we wanted. This is it. Is going to the edge with the ripple edit. It takes you straight to that spot that you are. Now let's say this is it. Then you see how it goes. So if you look at the earlier editing part, look at it. You see that they are same. So this is for the cut part. This is the one that we use the razor tool for, and this is the one we use the ripple edit tool for. So you see that it arrives at the same result. So whichever pattern you're using, however you want to go about it, the most important thing is achieving the result the way you want it to be. That is the essence of video editing. That is why we have Graded Picture Playground to guide you systematically on how to be a professional video editor, following step by step, not just having a run through on our tutorials. I hope you learned something. If you have anything that you want us to guide you through as a beginner or as a pro, there are lots of tutorials that will be coming on this channel. All you need to do is click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell to get notified when videos are uploaded. I'm Valentine Ose. See you next time.